Here is the question nobody asks on day 1. If only 1 in 10 of you will ever make partner, why does the firm pay all 10 of you $215? Think about that for a moment. The firm has been doing this for 60 years. They know the math. They know, statistically, exactly how many of you will still be here at year 8. So why pay all of you like you're going to make it? The answer to that question is the thing this entire industry does not want you to figure out before it's too late. It took most people until year 7. This is the climb. Level 1. The first year law student. You're 23. You walked in here with $180 in debt and a theory about justice. Here is the first thing law school will do to you. It will not teach you the law. It will teach you how to think. The way the people who run the law want you to think. The Socratic method. Day 2. A professor calls your name. 90 people in the room. She asks you to argue both sides of a property dispute from 1843. You've read the case 3 times. You still don't know what answer she wants. She doesn't want an answer. She wants to know if you can think while your face is on fire. Because that is the job. Not knowing the law. Performing certainty. Inside a room full of people who are also uncertain. In December, 1 exam per class. 1 3-hour test for an entire semester. Curved to a B+. Your rank visible to every firm that interviews you in 8 months. Here is what the rank measures. Not how much you know. How well you perform. Under conditions designed to produce maximum anxiety. Somewhere in the city right now, there is a partner at the firm you are hoping to join. He's not thinking about you. He's thinking about a number. The number of equity slots the firm can support in 10 years. You don't know about that number yet. It will arrive at year 7. Welcome to law school. Level 2. The summer associate. You're 24. The firm just paid you $3.900 a week to write 1 memo nobody read and sit quietly in the back of 2 depositions. $46.800 for 12 weeks. You went to dinners at restaurants where the bread arrives in a cloth napkin, folded. You went to a baseball game in a box seat. You went to a rooftop bar with a river view. That went on until it was just water and sky. And somewhere between the bread and the river view, the firm accomplished what it needed to accomplish. You stopped seeing yourself as someone who might work here someday. You started seeing yourself as someone who works here. That is a very different sentence. The first one is ambition. The second one is identity. And once the firm becomes part of your identity, you will do almost anything to protect it. The offer comes on your last day. $215. Benefits. Fall start date. Your name on the 40th floor. You call your parents. Your mother cries. Your father says, "That's really something." In the voice he saves for moments. Too large to hold directly. You accept before you hang up. Here is what nobody said at that rooftop party. Your class of 14 summer associates is already a line item on a spreadsheet. Not a talent pipeline. A cost model. The firm knows how many of you will bill enough hours to justify the number. The firm knows how many of you will last. The firm has been running this model for 60 years. You are not an exception to the model. You are an input. Level 3. The first year associate. You're 25. You just learned what $215 actually is. It is not a salary. A salary is what you're paid for the work you do. $215 is what you're paid for the work you're going to do for the next 8 years. While you find out if you're one of the 10%. It is a retainer for your ambition. The billing system makes this concrete. 6-minute increments. Every task entered, justified, reviewed. You will work 3.100 hours this year to produce 2.200 billable ones. The non-billable 900 hours. The lunch you ate standing up. The commute, the emails at midnight. The hour you spent at your desk, staring at a contract you couldn't crack. Those hours belong to you. Technically, your apartment is 11 blocks away. You have slept there half the nights this year. You have a gym membership you used 4 times. You have a person in your life who texts a question mark at 10 p.m. and you type back, 2 more hours. You mostly mean it. Across the floor tonight, there is a 6th-year associate who billed 2.600 hours last year. He is trying to make partner. He has been trying to make partner for 6 years. The partner who will eventually deliver his year 7 news. Made partner himself this year. He is 38. He was exactly where you are 12 years ago. He remembers it. He doesn't think about it. That's the floor you're on. Level 4. The mid-level associate. You're 28. 3 years in. You know this building now. The good conference rooms. The partners who answer at midnight. The woman at the security desk who knows your name. You are supervising first years. Here is something that happens at year 3. That no one narrates for you. The partner reviewing your work has 2 sets of numbers in his head. The first set is yours. Billable hours, deal performance, client feedback, error rate. The second set is the firm's. How many equity slots open in the next decade? What the profit per partner target is? How many people in your class? The math can support. He is not doing anything wrong. He is doing his job. His job at this level is not to develop you. His job is to allocate. Your class of 14 is now 11. Of those 11, the firm's model supports 1 equity partner. Maybe 2 in a strong year. He already has a hypothesis about which 2. He has had it since year 2. You are billing 2.400 hours a year. You are good at this work. You might be in the 2. You might not. The thing that will determine it is not entirely inside the building. Your compensation is $280. Here is what $280 at 28 does. It builds a life that costs $280 to run. The apartment, the loans, the dry cleaning for suits you wear 6 days a week. You cannot leave. The firm understood that. The night of the rooftop party. 4 years ago. Level 5, the senior associate. You're 31. 5 years. 12.000 hours billed. The partnership track is now a real conversation. Year 8, 3 years. Every evaluation since orientation has said the same thing. Your work is excellent. Your client development needs attention. Client development means building a book of business. Bringing in revenue. You have been billing 2.400 hours a year for 5 years. There is no hour left to build anything. Nobody says this. They tell you to take clients to dinner. Speak at conferences. Write articles under your name. They tell you this at 9 p.m. on a Tuesday. Your class is now 9. Of 9, the firm needs to make 1 equity partner. Maybe 2. The others will need to find somewhere to go. Nobody says that either. Here is what you've finally understood about the geometry of this place. It is not a ladder. A ladder has the same number of rungs at the top as the bottom. This is a funnel. It was always a funnel. They just needed you not to see it until you were already inside. And here is the part the partner knows that you don't. The decision for most of your class has already been made. The meeting in January is not a deliberation. It's a notification. Level 6. The decision year. You're 33. The calendar invite came from an assistant you've never emailed before. Not your partner. Not your group. The chair of the Associate Review Committee. You knew before you accepted the invite. He says your work has been consistently strong. He says the firm values your contributions. He says this year's class will be highly selective. He says there are a limited number of spots. He says they'd like you to stay on as senior counsel. No partnership review for 5 years. The room goes very quiet. 18.000 hours. That is what you have given this building since you were 25 years old. More hours than most people sleep. Across 8 years of life. And here, finally, is the answer to the question from the beginning. Why does the firm pay all 10 of you? Like you're going to make it? Because the $215 was never compensation for making partner. It was compensation for trying. And the trying. The 18.000 hours from someone too invested to leave at year 4. Too far in to walk away at year 6. The trying is worth more to the firm than the arrival ever would have been. The firm did not fail you. The firm succeeded. You produced exactly what it needed. All of it. Every hour. You sit across from him. You tell him you'll need some time to think. 3 days. On the 4th day, you call a recruiter. Not because you're angry. Because you finally understand the game. And now you know how to play it. Level 7. Senior Counsel. You're 35. After year 7, there are 2 kinds of people. The ones who leave the building entirely. In-house, corporations, funds. And the ones who stay in law. But move the building under themselves. You moved the building. New firm, senior counsel. You brought 7 clients with you. And here is the shift that year 7 created. That you could not have understood before it happened. For the first 12 years of your career, the firm held the leverage. They had the clients, the relationships, the reputation. You were the labor that processed it. Now you hold the phone numbers. 7 general counsels who call you directly when things go wrong. Not the firm, you. That is the only asset in this industry. That cannot be taken from you by a committee in a glass-walled office. Senior counsel at this firm pays $420. You supervise 6 associates. You run your own matters. But here is what changed at year 7. That the firm was counting on you not to notice. You are now the product. Not the labor, the product. And products can be poached. Your clients can be courted. Other firms will call. Better offers will arrive. The leverage has inverted. It took 12 years. But the phone on your desk rings because someone chose you. Not the building. You. Level 8. Income partner. You're 38. For the first time in 15 years. You walked into a negotiation. And the firm needed something from you. More than you needed something from them. That feeling has no comparison. Your book is $4 million in portable revenue. The firm's model says that buys you income partnership. A guaranteed draw. And a seat at the table. Not the voting table. But the one near the window. Income partner. Your name on the website. No equity, no vote. Still, technically, an employee. $580. 12 people depend on you for their paychecks. In 20 years of practice, you have not once worked under 55 hours a week. The senior equity partner on your floor wears a watch that costs $4. Your father gave you a Casio F91W. The day you left for college. Still runs. Same watch. You've never once looked at his. And felt the thing he thought you'd feel. One conversation left. The one where you finally vote. Level 9. Equity partner. You're 45. Your name is on the letterhead. 22 years. 2 firms. 1 lateral move. 1 year where you seriously priced out. A faculty position at a law school. In a mid-sized city. Where the snow comes in October. And everyone leaves at 5. You didn't take it. You built the book. $4.2 million in revenue last year. 1.8 equity points. $1.4 million. You sit in the partnership meetings now. You vote. On compensation. On promotions. On who gets the year 7 conversation. And here is what you found. On the other side of the wall. You spent 22 years trying to get through. The weight is exactly proportional to the money. The client who calls at 2 a.m. That's your call now. The associate who breaks down in October. Yours. The first year on the 41st floor. Who watches you walk past his door. And tries to read your face. He is doing exactly what you did. He is trying to figure out if you made it. You have. It looks like this. Your daughter is 17. She tells you she wants to go to law school. You are quiet for a very long time. Then you say, "Sit down. I want to tell you something." They won't tell you at orientation. Level 10. Managing partner. You're 58. The firm billed $1.1 billion last year. You manage 700 attorneys. You run the compensation committee. The lateral pipeline. The conversations in January. That change people's lives. Your take is above $3.5 million. You stopped tracking the number precisely. Around year 8 as equity partner. It stopped being the point. Here is what the point became. The firm is a machine. It takes in ambition. The $180 in debt and the theory about justice. And it converts it. Into billable hours. Into revenue. Into the $1.1 billion that runs this institution. And the people in it. The machine is elegant. The machine works. You helped build the version that runs today. And now, once a year, you sit in a room with a clean desk. And no papers out. And you deliver a sentence. To a 33-year-old. Who has billed 18.000 hours. And is about to learn. What those hours were really for. You remember sitting across that desk. You remember the room going quiet. You remember the drive home. The question you have carried since then. The one that has no clean answer. Is this. You understood the machine by year 7. You stayed anyway. Stayed, and learned it. And eventually ran it. Was that a compromise? Or was that the climb? Only you get to answer that. Your first year associate makes $215. He is on the 41st floor right now. Entering time in 6-minute increments. Trying to read the face of a partner. Who walked past his door without looking up. He doesn't know the question yet. He'll get there. The Casio on your left wrist. Still keeps perfect time. Your father gave it to you at 17. He worked 40 years in the same building. He retired with a pension and a handshake. And a watch that cost less than yours. He never once asked you if it was worth it. He didn't have to. He already knew you wouldn't know. Until you were standing exactly here. Somewhere right now. A 23-year-old is walking into orientation. With $180 in debt. And a theory about justice. They don't know what they're climbing toward. They don't know what it costs. They'll find out the same way you did. One level at